All right, guys, today I'm going to get you swinging the club head. Okay, very, very important to understand. So many of you pinning and spinning. You believe you get to the top of your backswing, your objective here is to sort of fire your body and everything else is going to fall into place. That couldn't be further from the truth. You've got to have educated wrists and arms. That's what we're going to discuss today. Going to do 3 drills. 1 drill with no ball. The other 2 drills are going to be with a ball. It's going to help you develop better proprioception. Proprioception is just your mind's ability to feel what your body's doing, what your club is doing, okay, without using your eyes. Most people have very, very poor proprioception. Their feels and reels are very misaligned. So it really boils down to monitoring tension first and foremost, okay? Your joints, especially in your wrists, your elbows, and your shoulders. Because if you grip the club excessively tight, which is of course what most of you are doing, you stand over the golf ball, everything kind of locks up. You immediately lose the feel for the gram weight at the end of the golf club, okay? You're gripping this compound rubber under your hands so hard that your feel ends right here. If you have a scale of 1 to 10 in your mind, try and keep it at around a 5, right? It should start at a 5, it should stay at a 5 throughout the golf swing. I can't tell you how many people I see that are very, very tight and tense over the golf ball, in particular when they go to the golf course. So monitor your tension. Okay, first drill number 1, 2 club drill. What I'm going to do is I'm going to grab a couple golf clubs here. We're going to swing them side by side. Okay, this is a skill acquisition that we're trying to develop here with regard to what these clubs are doing. We do not want these clubs clanking. If you start hearing this, you got to slow things down just a little bit. The objective is to swing them independently but together. Can you see what I'm doing here? So all I'm doing here is I'm allowing my golf club to hinge as I take the club back, unhinge to the point of collision, and then I'm going to send my speed home. I'm going to rehinge the golf club on the forward part of my golf swing. Very, very important to do that to create what we call linear and angular momentum. Linear momentum is the force that's placed against the grip. We've got to get some travel out of this grip as we change direction. We're not throwing the club head at the golf ball. As soon as we start the downswing, we're actually allowing the arms to drop as the upper body stays back. And then as we turn the club down, okay, we've got to turn that club face down, that grip's going to start to move forward. We're getting a little bit more travel out of the grip, okay? That's how we move our low point forward. We're not hitting down more. That is not how you compress a golf ball, okay? Trying to hit down causes all sorts of trouble, but we've got to get our arms. Can you see how my arms are moving a little bit further forward as I swing through the golf ball? And then what I'm going to do here is I'm going to allow that club head to rehinge. I'm going to create some angular momentum on the forward part of my golf swing, okay? We're going to go back and through here. Nice and slow initially, and then you can start to speed things up, okay? Can you see that? Back and through. Fantastic drill. If you're struggling initially, just turn the clubs the other way around. We don't want this stuff here, okay? We want to be clanking and having one over here and one over here. Do it slowly. You can see here, everything's moving together. Look at that. As we come down, my arms are dropping. There's my impact. And there's my rehinge on the opposite side of the body. Do that, give it a shot, okay? If you have any comments, go ahead and shoot me a comment. I always get back to people. Hey guys, quick TV timeout. A lot of people asking, how do I work with Andrew in person? I do half and 4-day immersions. I am the director of instruction at the Links at Stono Ferry. We're based 18 miles due west of one of the most beautiful cities, not just here in the United States, but possibly in the world, Charleston, South Carolina. We have amazing beaches, incredible food, great golf, and of course, phenomenal weather. Great excuse to come visit this amazing city. Come and work with me for half or 4 day. Improve your golf. It's a win-win for everyone. So check out the information in the description. You can reach me via my contact page. And again, I really look forward to the opportunity of working with you in person. We'll talk to you soon. All right, next drill. I'm going to go ahead and do a momentum drill. So momentum drill is pretty straightforward. We're going to give the club head a little bit of momentum in its start here by starting forward, all right, before we go back. Rather than starting in a static position at the golf ball, we're going to go ahead and start over here. Can you see that? So I'm going to start over here to give this club a little momentum so that I can have the club head win the race in the backswing. Believe it or not, the backswing has a sequence, all right? The club head travels further than the arms, that travel further than the upper body, that travels further than the lower body. You can't move everything away at the same speed. If you do that, the handle gets dragged away, your body meets its destination too early, all right? And the arms are gonna meet their destination too late. For those of you that have excessive runoff at the top of the backswing, which means you get a lot of this collapsing at the top of the backswing, this is going to be a great drill for you. So the club head has to travel, guys, a little faster. Can you see this? So that's what we're talking about. We're trying to get the handle working down and the club head working up a little bit earlier in the backswing. And this drill does a wonderful job of helping you feel that. All right, so you see how the club head here is up already above where it started. If it started here, we want to make sure at this position here where my hands are just past my trail leg, that club is already starting to set. And then by the time my lead arm is parallel, you can see here I'm creating a really good L between my lead arm and the shaft. So I'm going to start forward, I'm going to go back, and then I'm going to swing through. I'm going to start forward, I'm going to go back, and then I'm going to swing through. When I start forward, I'm going to start with a little more pressure on my front foot. All right, as I start back, I put my foot down, and then I give this a little sling, all right, to create that L, to get the club head moving faster. And then I kind of move back into my lead side, and then I give it a little sling on the opposite side. So we are starting, guys, look, we're starting to get that club head swinging. We're starting to feel, all right, the mass at the end of the golf club. We're starting to get our arms to relax. We're starting to create some speed. And you can hit golf balls like this, okay? We can start forward, we go back, and then we go through. All right, just hold your finish. All right, so that's the momentum drill. The last one is an L to L drill. I'll talk about this quite a lot on my channel. Very, very important here to sort of leverage the golf club, okay? Important to understand the role of the wrists and arms in the golf swing. You are articulating your wrists. That's what controls the club face, what your wrists are doing in your golf swing. Don't let anyone tell you control the club face with your body. There's no question the body plays an important role. It supports the swinging motion of the arms, okay? But ultimately what we need to understand here is you're only as good as your wrists at the end of the day. And a lot of people say you're only as good as your hands. Well, your hands are responsible for gripping the golf club, what we call grip integrity, the way you place your hands on the golf club. It's your wrists, of course, that are articulating the club face based on your release pattern, all right? So what we're going to do here is we're going to put our feet not completely together and not at shoulder width, but somewhere in between. This is a mini swing, so we're going to have a mini setup. Okay, I'm going to put the ball right in the center of my stance, and I'm going to start in a static position here. But my goal here is when my lead arm is parallel, I want to create an L back here. All right, now when I start my downswing, most of you, unfortunately, are going to be in a hurry to turn your body the other way. What I coin this phrase, pinning and spinning. All right, you pin your arms to your body, you spin your body back to the golf ball. Unfortunately, that leaves the arms at the start line. Your body then has to stall in order for the club to catch up. So many of you early release the golf club 18 inches to 2 feet behind the ball. Your lead arm and shaft are on the same plane. You've already released it. You have to understand that's because you're not allowing your arms to de-elevate, okay? We move the arms this way. As we change direction, we leave the club head at the start line. What we don't want to do is leave our arms at the start line. There's a big, big difference. So one of the biggest key things you can work on, wedge through driver, is to try and maintain your body's structure, okay, when you start down. In other words, keep your upper body facing back just for a split second as your arms drop. Can you see that? My arms here are sort of de-elevating, they're dropping and reconnecting to my body here. So as I pivot the club, I'm in better sequence, all right? We're sequencing the backswing by having the club head move a little faster so that the club and the arms and the body meet their destination back here at the same time, okay? We're gonna get rid of runoff by getting the club moving a little faster, okay? You drag it back, club's going to run off behind you. We're going to sequence the downswing by stalling the spin phase, okay? If you get to the top of your backswing, you're one of these golfers that turn back to the ball very early, you're going to leave your arms at the start line. You're forced to try and save it right at the golf ball. And even you hookers of the golf ball struggle with this. You may not be pinning and spinning, but you're likely driving your lower body too early, okay? That, again, leaves the arms at the start line. It's different, but it's very much the same, okay? So I'm going to do my L to L. But for a split second here, I'm going to allow my arms to drop and almost feel like the release itself. If I can get my arms moving a little faster, you see the little swoosh down in here? All right, I can start to feel my arms pulling my body through. That's really the feel, not the real, guys, not the real, but the feel. I think that's going to be very transformative for very many of you, okay? So let's go ahead and do this L to L. Go to the top, there's my L, arms are dropping. Then I'm going to send my speed home, but again, I'm going to feel like my chest is facing the golf ball at the point of collision. The obsession out there with trying to get open, okay, trying to lean the shaft forward, literally causing all sorts of problems for the vast majority of golfers. That is not what we want to do, okay? So let's go ahead and give a little L to L, little mini swing here. We'll see how we get on. Hold your finish. You can see there's a little pressure here into my lead side. My left leg doesn't look like a spaghetti noodle, okay? I'm going to go ahead and kick that ground. Make sure my lead leg remains underneath me. All right, let's do that one more time. L to L. There's my backswing. Allow the arms to drop. All right, I'm getting a little bit of linear momentum here. I'm starting to move the grip down and forward, and then I'm going to get angular right in around here. I want the butt end of the club facing me, guys, okay? I don't want it facing over there somewhere. All right, don't drag the grip forward too much. All right, we're not throwing it out either, okay? Very, very simple stuff, okay? The arms are going to drop, and then as we swing through, the arms expand, and then the momentum of the club, we're going to give this club header home. We're going to send it home over here. See the reverse L on the opposite side of my body. One more time. Hinge, unhinge, rehinge. There it is. That is what you're looking for, guys. I'm telling you, for those of you that pin and spin and leave your arms at the start line, it's going to make a world of difference. So remember, start with the 2-club drill. That's going to help you feel where the club head is in your golf swing. The momentum drill is wonderful for helping you sequence your backswing. Don't drag that club away. You do that, it's going to go miles around the corner. For those of you that are very inside, it's because you're not getting that club head, in my opinion, moving fast enough, okay? Very important to do the momentum drill. And it goes without saying, the L to L drill, for those of you that tend to drag the club through, you've got a blocking pattern, you've never really sent your speed home. That's going to be a revelation for the vast majority of you that really struggle to release the golf club. I hope this video helps, okay? Get after it. Again, if you have any comments, go ahead and shoot them to me. I'll definitely get back to you. If you think this could help somebody else, go ahead and share it. And I really, really appreciate the support. If you press that subscribe button, there's a bell button next door, notification button. Click on that and you'll get pinged every time I release a new video. Take care of yourselves, guys. We'll talk to you next time.